I feel like it's like pretty similar just because I know what the moves are. They just have different properties.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Um, it's just I think I need to work a lot on my punish, and
Mm-hmm.
because I'm pretty new with
Yeah,
Arca.
okay. So yeah, so I mean, I didn't have as much time to look over the VODs, unfortunately, but I did
Yeah,
watch
yeah.
the Falco ones as well. So did you just
hmm
want to go over the Fox one, or
I don't mind. We can watch
don't
both.
mind? Okay, I think there's like different bits you can pull
Yeah.
from both. Um, okay, and then the other thing was, is there anything like specific that you're looking to get out of the lessons, or do you just kind of just want to get better at Falco, and I can like give you a load of like
Yeah,
little
just
tips and
get
stuff?
better, really.
Right. Okay. Because I didn't
I
know
mean,
whether you had like some like specific goal or anything like that that can help you work towards. Or yeah,
um,
if you
I
don't, that's
mean,
fine.
yeah. If I had a goal, it would be to like enter tournaments and have a chance of winning.
Okay. Fair
So,
enough.
but
Yeah. No, I think
that
just
that would just be
I think just
get
getting
better.
getting better. Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
decent. It's just like because I don't. Have you been watching any of the lessons
I
or
haven't
not
yet,
yet?
but I'm planning to.
Okay, yeah. So like with Rich, he wants to get on the PR as like his main goal.
Yeah.
So I'm like tailoring what we sort of work on and look at more towards that. But if you just want
Uh-huh.
me to, if we just want to try and get better with Falco and see where it goes from there, then I think that's fine too.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good focus. Just better.
Cool. Okay. So I'm gonna share my screen. Um.
Yeah.
Uh, Alright, I guess I'll start from the Battlefield game. How much like Falco have you watched? Also, just out of interest, like have you watched many VODs or like people playing, or have you just
Um,
been working it out as you go along?
I haven't watched many VODs, honestly. If
Okay.
the Falco I have watched is just manga.
Yeah. Fair. Okay. Yeah, it just helps me kind of like work out why you're making some decisions and stuff like that.
hmm
Just if I know like how you've sort of been learning the character, but it sounds like
Yeah.
it's more just from like playing and like
I have
trial and
watched
error.
like a couple of the ginger analysis
Okay.
videos.
Yeah, I did see a little bit of some things from that, which is good.
Yeah.
Um, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna watch a bit of it just to like get my bearings or whatever. Can you see
Mhm.
my screen?
No, not right now.
Right. Stream settings. Let me try closing it and reopening it quickly.
Okay.
Um, does it say I'm live on your screen?
Yeah, just like doing the loading image.
Swap to your game to resume. This is like working earlier because I just did it with someone as well, so that's weird. I'm gonna try leaving and reconnecting quickly just
Yeah.
to see if that
Okay.
helps. Uh, okay, let's try again. uh, okay, it looked
Yeah, I
different on
can
my
see it
screen.
now.
You see it now? Cool. All right. Um, Yeah, because I felt like when I was watching some of it, it definitely did feel like you were doing some Falco specific stuff, but then it did also
hmm
look sometimes like you were playing like a different character with some of the decisions. So I was just interested in
Yeah.
like like you saying you played Fox before makes a lot of sense. So I guess first thing to talk about here is, do you know about doing like lasers off of platforms instead of only aerials?
So I was playing with some other Falcon. They told me to do laser and then the E-side drop laser again,
Yeah.
or just drop to laser.
Yeah, so that's one type of laser you can do. Lasers are like there's like lots of different stuff to
Yeah.
it. So I think I'll just try and point them out as much as I can, because it felt to me when I was watching like you didn't really understand like when to laser or like how you can use lasers.
Okay.
So I think focusing on that will help. So for this one, for example, you see how you tried to jump off an aerial? Can
Yeah.
you see my screen? And he like dashes away and avoids it. So with like other characters, you have to kind of like mix up your drift to try and trick them here. But Falco can just kind of like call this out by shooting a laser instead.
Yeah, so if I just walk off lasered.
Well, not even just walk off. You can
Or-
do the short hop and then just delay
okay.
your laser, and then it ends up like down here.
Right, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Have you seen anyone like? I think Mango does it sometimes in this sort of situation. Like if I play it again, I'm just gonna pause when I think you shoot the laser. So like now, do you see how like if
Yeah.
there was a laser out here instead of a downer, then it would like hit Fox and then
Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's one type of laser you can
Okay.
try and implement. Because yeah, this is like a standard aerial you can do as other characters because they're quite fast and they can get over there. But with Falco, because he's so slow, a lot of the time you have to like use lasers to make up for your like slow speed.
Right.
And this is like one of the big situations for it because he like
yeah.
wave
So I
dash back
lost
shines you.
because of that aerial.
Yeah. So the difference between picking laser or aerial can be like the difference between you winning or them winning.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I like this laser. You sort of like run away with it and kind of reset to neutral, which is
Yeah.
nice. But then we see the full hop and you try to hit him, but you go for like a early downer.
Yeah, I think I do that a lot. I just
Yeah.
I try to hit people as soon as I can, and with the early days,
Yeah.
and then they're not very good when they're shielded.
Yeah, so first of all, it's not that good if they shield because it's like you're hitting them while you're rising, right? So they can kind of do a lot of things. But also, even if this downer hits, like because he's rising, you can't
Don't get
actually.
anything off it.
Yeah, you can't like shine or grab or anything. They have time to put up their shield before you can do anything.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, when they're at low percent and you get these kind of situations, you want to go for something else. Like, if you wanted to go for an aerial, you could do like a short hop and then late aerial, and then that links better into shine, and it also is good versus shield. You could also do like dash dance grab here as well. That's good. Which is a more like common option like across the cast. Jump shine's also really good with Falco. As sort of like a Falco specific option because
Yeah.
like with Fox you don't get anything off of jump shine, whereas Falco you get like a big combo here. And because shine breaks like crouch cancel as well, it's good versus that.
Yeah.
So just something to think about with Falco. At low percent, you want to be looking for those options instead in spots like this,
Okay.
where he's whiffing and he's at like low percent. Yeah, so like here, I feel like this is another one where a lot of the time, if you see your opponent like whiffing something like this and you're far away, a lot of the time you can just like shoot a free laser.
Yeah. Okay.
Because they can't like hit you for it, right? Because he's in lag and he's so
Yeah.
far away, you can't like cross this distance.
Punish him.
Yeah, and the laser is just like it's just like a free bit of control, you know. So a lot of the time
Yeah.
you want to just take it because it's like guaranteed things are hard to come by in melee, right? So if you have something you can do from across the stage that like kind of gives you an advantage in neutral, then that should be like one of your priorities.
Okay.
And I'm not saying you should always shoot a laser when it's free, but just keep it in mind that like a lot of the time you can just do it, so you don't have to like, play a mix up here or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially when you dash back, I could have laser and took a lot of the stage.
Yeah, exactly. Like with other characters, if you're like far away from somebody, you kind of have to like work to take space and like stop them from moving in. But Falco can just like shoot his gun and like that just does it for him, And that's one of the like big advantages of him in neutral. So like here's a good example of like this would be a good option with like Fox or something like that, where you short hop and you see them dashing away and you double jump. But with Falco, you can just shoot like an approaching laser here if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
If you think they'll dash back. But then also from the double jump as well, you can actually fast fall and laser and get a laser out on the ground.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I'm actually really bad at it. I've only started doing it like recently, so I've been practicing a lot. But it's like super good in this situation, where you kind of like you don't want to land with an aerial here really, because they can like dash dance grab you, right? So
yeah.
So getting good at like lasers out of all different types of actions is like really important.
Okay.
So like this one is just a good one to practice. But I like what you did anyway. You kind of like went to the platform, which is nice and safe. And then again, we look for like high down airs here that like.
I don't really get anything off.
Yeah. Do you know about what happens when Falco down airs someone out of the air and they're at like low percent?
Don't they like they don't have attack situation until like 35%, right?
Yeah, so they don't get knocked down until varying percents for varying characters. But also, a lot of the time, if you down air someone out of the air, they actually don't have any lag once they land. So do you see here how Fox he goes into his landing animation and then he can shine you.
Right.
And this is just really important to keep in mind, and it's just another reason why like high down air isn't that good at like low percent. It's way better once it like starts knocking over.
Okay.
So I think if you are gonna do something like this, like a runoff aerial, you want to do something late. So that if it hits someone out of the air, you don't get like reversaled. And this is actually a big thing in floaty matchups as well. Like you'll see Peach do this where you down air her out of the air, and then she just lands and like down smashes you.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's just something to keep in mind is that happens if you down air at like too low a percent and they're in there. So I like this. So I like the laser dash dance. So you sort of like wait out his full hop, which is nice. But then again, this is another thing where like Falco's quite slow on the ground, right? So he has a hard time sort of like running after people to whiff punish them.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time you need to jump in some way. So here I think a good option would be like an approaching laser or like an approaching like late aerial. Just because his dash jump moves like so much faster than his run. Whereas if like you can just try it in game. Like if you try running across FD and then do dash short hop, dash short hop, dash short hop, and you'll notice like how much faster it is.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah, it's like super important because a lot of other characters use their ground movement to whiff punish, right? Like Moth, Sheik. Like you don't see Sheik like dash jumping at you to hit you. Mm-hmm. She does like dash attack or grab or stuff like that. But Falco is one of the like only characters where he has to actually dash jump because it's faster. So like this running shine is a very like Fox-esque option.
Yeah.
Because like his extra run speed would hit him whiffing here, but because you're Falco, you need to jump with like a laser or an aerial here.
Okay.
I really like this wave dash back shine you do here. So I think that's good. Do you know anything about like how to beat Fox's shine out of shield? Like, do you know anything about the frames or like what it's good against?
Not really, to be honest.
Okay. So
I know I get hit by it a lot in this game.
Yeah. That was one of the main things I wrote down when I was watching it. It felt like you weren't sure how to deal with it.
Yeah.
So Fox's Shine Out of Shield is a frame 4. So for reference, that's one of the fastest options in the game out of shield. Which means that you have to do like really, really tight pressure.
Yeah.
So the main things that come to my head for beating Shine Out of Shield are you can do double shine here. So you see how you got Wave Dash Back Shine. If you double shine, it actually catches his Shine Out of Shield. Or you can also do like stuff that spaces around the shine. So for instance, you could do like shine and then Wave Dash away here, and then he whiffs the shine and you can hit him. And then another thing you can do is if you do a late nair on his shield and you shine after, if he tries to shine out of shield between the aerial and the shine, then you win the situation.
Yeah, okay.
If that makes sense. Just because your aerial's like so low. So I think like the easy rule to remember is if you do like any sort of high aerial on Fox's shield, he can always like shine out of shield.
Shine, yeah, okay.
So you need to get pretty good at doing like late aerials into shine and double shine, or Westfall's pressure works as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can also do like laser shine as well. That will also beat shine out of shield. I think the best way to get good at beating it is just to play against the Uncle Punch CPU.
Yeah, with the shine out of shield on.
Yeah, because they do it perfect every time, so you can like definitely know whether you're getting it or not. And bows probably aren't perfect, but you will play people that are really good at it, and you don't have to be that like good at it to beat a lot of Falco's options. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, Fox can kind of just like spam shield versus you in a lot of situations and get all these like knockdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, this is another one where you like tried to run at him, and I think you baited him out really well, but then you run instead of dash jump at him, and then that lets him like kind of hit you. Okay, so you said about like wanting to improve your punish game as well, right?
Yeah.
So what types of things have you been doing to work on your punish game, like prior to this?
I mean, earlier I was just doing Uncle Punch, just like random DI. But honestly, I've only done that once so far.
Yeah, is it quite recent you've switched to Targa then? Okay. So I can name a few things. First of all, with the Uncle Punch stuff, I find it better a lot of the time if you're practicing like specific openings instead of just like
Random
dare shining him every time, and doing the same like combo tree. Like you wanna make sure you're practicing different
figuring out strings and...
Yeah. So the first thing is you want to practice off of like different initial hits. So like down air, laser, nair, wave dash, shine, stuff like that. And then you also want to practice on different percents as well. A lot of people get stuck in the trap of only practicing at 0. So then they shine a Fox at 50 and they have no idea what to do. So that's important as well. And then once you've got those down, you can kind of like watch your videos and kind of see where you're dropping stuff, and then set those specifically up in Uncle Punch. So do like down air at 40% here. You can set the computer to get hit by this down air and DI away, and then think about what you can kind of do off this. So that's one way you can practice. You can also use 20XX as well. And there's a feature not many people know about, which is you can set it so that the percent gets randomized every time you reset, which is like really nice because you can like sort of practice shine follow-ups at loads of different percents, and it's like bang bang bang, like 30, then 52, then 78, then 1, and then so it's
That's
like
pretty good.
Yeah, so it just gets you into that. It's more like realistic for an in-game situation, So I think that's good as well. And then finally, I just think watching lots of the way I did it back in the day, which is like 20 16 or whatever, is I just watched a shitload of combo videos. I mean, it might just be me, but I find that if I watch something like that, it like really sticks in my head as sort of like, this is what you want to do here.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, watching like Ginger play on stream, Mango, any like highlight videos. Just like, I think when you first pick up a character, you just need as much like
reference.
Yeah, reference and like exposure to what the character does as possible. And
Yeah, okay.
especially with Falco, his combo game's less about like, it's not like with Falcon where it's, I get a grab at 37 and I do up throw into 2 up airs and then all this flowchart shit. A lot of the time with Falco, you kind of like get a shine. And there's so many different DIs and stuff that you have a general idea of what you need to do, but then you like kind of improvise from there. So I think especially with Falco, getting as much exposure and just like being able to build up your intuition is just really important instead of seeing a load of percents and DIs and numbers and all that stuff.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I think that's some good points to go over with Punish. I will point out if there's any like big ones I think you need to practice. Because I think that's just a good starting point. And obviously you can also try and watch through games and see what like good players do. Yeah. So one thing I did notice a lot in your games is when you hit someone with a down air, you kind of like wait in place a lot where you landed with the down air. I don't know if you've noticed this, but
right.
So a lot of the time when you down air someone, they're gonna get like popped up and they're gonna be like moving forward slightly, right? Because he's at like 60, and he gets getting hit into the ground and he's DIing slightly. So a lot of the time, what you want to do after you down air someone, or if you nair them, or anything like that, is you want to either walk towards them or wave dash towards them, so that you're right on top of them, so you can cover their options better, right? Again, it's kind of more important for Falco than other characters, because other characters can just kind of dash towards them and cover it anyway.
Yeah.
But with Falco, because he's so slow, he needs to be right on top of them.
Okay.
So a good go-to is like if it's lowish percent, then you walk towards them, and if it's like this percent, you need to wave dash, and then like you could wave dash shine here, for example, or up tilt. So that's just something to keep in mind. That'll make your punishes a bit easier. How do you feel about your ledge options with Falco?
They're pretty weak. Like when I think I need a ledge dash more, and double laser less when they close.
Yep.
Because this is a pretty bad double laser, I think.
I mean, it worked out because he dropped through, but I did notice a lot versus the Falco as well. You kind of just did bears on the platform a lot, and you just kind of got hit a lot. So if you feel like the ledge is somewhere where you lose a lot, like I haven't watched much of your gameplay, so it's hard to tell. But if it's somewhere where you feel like you lose a lot, I think watching Ginger, Magi, Mango, even me, like I think like just getting some ideas about ledge from us would be quite useful. I feel like a lot of the Falcos you watch just kind of don't have much. They haven't thought about their ledge game too much, so it's really easy to get bad habits if you watch like the wrong Falcos off of ledge.
I see.
So that's something you can do if you want to get some more ideas about ledge game, because it is quite easy to fall into the trap of like just double lasering every time. Or like aerial from ledge every time. And I think it's just important to like. A lot of people, they already have that habit ingrained and then they have to try and break it. Whereas if you're new to Falco, then it's easier to just start on the right footing, you know?
Yeah.
So I would, because I was stuck in like double laser mode for like 2 years, and then I lost a set to it, and I was just like, I'm just going to ledge dash every time now. And now ledge dash is my like go-to. So definitely something you should try and practice a lot and do in your games. Even if you get hit for it, it's like just better than double laser a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Once you get a bit better as well, you can sort of figure out when double laser is good and when
Mhm.
all of them are good. But I think just learning to ledge dash is like really important. Okay. So I like the lasers. One thing.
I think they should be a bit higher.
Yeah. So there's a couple of things. High lasers are always really good when somebody's above you on a platform. That's
Yeah.
pretty much a universal thing, like across the whole cast. And then also, I think you want to be a little bit further back because you see how his dash off short hop kind of like hits you out of your
Yeah.
laser. Yeah. So if you were just slightly further back, then that would have helped in this situation a lot because you could like whiff punish him.
Do you think I have time, like, to shoot a laser and dash under him if I see? Approach?
You don't have time to dash, but you'd have time to shield or spot dodge or
Okay.
dash away here. Because to dash through him, it takes more frames than to dash away,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I want to ask also, when you play, where are you looking on the screen?
I try to look at my opponent.
Okay,
but
that's good stuff.
I feel like sometimes when I'm doing something, I'm not like I haven't ingrained in my muscle memory. I look back.
Yeah, you look back at your character, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I definitely think any tech skill practice you do, you always want to be looking somewhere else on the screen, even if it's something new. Like when I do ledge dashes, I'm always looking at like the center of the stage.
Mhm.
Just because, like, you need to look at your opponent the whole time, especially during lasers, because you're just stuck in like laser frames for so long. You can use that time to like react to what the opponent's doing, and then change your decision. So every time you press B, you should be like looking at the opponent and
Checking
thinking
what
about
he's doing.
checking what he's doing, thinking about what he could do.
Okay.
So like after this laser here, you press B, and you see him dashing and jumping off the stage. So you should be ready to like shield here
Yeah.
or dash.
But I don't.
Yeah, but you just kind of like got stuck and then nearly died. It is harder on net play, I will admit as well. But it's definitely like doable in a lot of spots like that one. So I think these lasers were good again. And then you did this like long dash dance, but it felt like you weren't really sure what you were trying to bait out.
So it probably could have got something from the full heart.
Definitely, yeah. I think like the main reason I would be thinking about dash dancing here is if I was reading either a full hop or a roll.
Yeah.
Like they're the two options in my mind, right? So as soon as you see the full hop out of your dash dance, you should be like ready to jump in with an attack, basically. Like most of the time, unless you're trying to specifically read something after the full hop. But yeah, you just kind of like sit there too long, and just going back to the free lasers thing, if you're stuck here in close range and you can't get a free laser out, then it's really tricky for you because Falco's slower than like every top tier pretty much, other than like Peach. So once you're at like this spacing, Fox can now hit you if you try to laser a lot of the time. So that's why it's really important not to like take too long after your lasers, because you actually just end up giving up your advantage if you wait too long. Are you any good at doing Shine Out of Shield with Falco also? Have you practiced it at all?
I haven't really practiced it, but I think I do it alright. I seem to get them grounded when I do them. I just don't do them enough.
Okay. I will say a lot of the time you don't actually want them grounded. You want to do like one.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So just because the grounded one is like frame perfect, and there's just a lot
so
of.
You want to like have a little room for.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's like the same. How do I word this? It's just more consistent, basically. If you get airborne, and you can still follow up a lot of the time, because you can do like shine and then double jump out of it and waveland, either to a platform or waveland down, and you usually get a pretty similar combo. And it's also good to do it airborne because then you can do like shine back air out of shield, which is useful in a lot of spots. The grounded one is like useful situationally, but you'll notice that pretty much no one does it. They all do like the airborne one.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just mentioned it because I saw you get stuck in shield a lot, and some hits like this one you could have shined.
I definitely could have shined. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a very classic situation. So you just got out of a tech roll and he moves forward and you try and aerial at him because you're like scared he's gonna run at you and hit you. But then he like kind of dash dances and baits you out and gets pivot up smash because he's playing on fucking box. But yeah, so this is like a great situation where Falco can just laser instead of aerialing, right? Because it covers like the entire length of the stage. And like, this is in my mind, this is a pretty obvious spot for Fox to not attack you, just because he's so far away and he's scared of this specific downer. So when you play against the better players, like around those level, I'd say, a lot of the time it can actually be good to just do approaching laser in these spots. You'll notice Mango do this a ton. Just out of any sort of disadvantage, he'll do approaching laser because people are so scared of approaching down air that the laser just like hits their dash dance. Because other characters have to kind of do like the undershoot, overshoot, and drift mix-ups here, but Falco can just do those, and he can just choose to shoot a laser instead if he wants. So yeah, it's just something really important to think about. Yeah, high aerial against C, and then he... So, I see you doing these back airs as well. Have you seen when Falcos do, like, they short hop in place, and then they do, like, late back airs? Have you seen anyone do that?
I haven't.
No? Okay. So, so there's two main types of back airs with Falco. There's this auto-cancel one, right?
Yeah.
And this one's good if... you think someone's gonna like, they're quite close to you, and you think they'll jump at you because it comes out really fast and it's not got much lag. And it's also pretty good if you're spaced and versus like airborne opponents, just because of how the hitboxes match up. And then the late one where you do like short hop late back air is better versus like if they're on the ground because it hits lower. It's also better if they shield because you're doing a late aerial on shield instead of an early one. And it's also good because you have time during your short hop to like see what they're doing.
Yeah.
So this is a spot where like if you didn't do the back air instantly and you just short hopped in place, you could see him up here and you could do double jump back air.
Yeah.
If that makes like, can you visualize that?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, just short hopping in place with Falco and changing your like how you do the bear depending on where they are and what they're doing is like really strong. The AC one is kind of more like it's just like for throwing out a quick hitbox when you think they're about to hit you. But I think here you are the one with like all the control, right? Because he's in the corner. And he has to try and find a way out. So this is where doing like more delayed bears or like delay and then double jump back air is like super strong.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether you're trying to laser here or not.
Where?
Right here, you get like Ned in the corner. You like tech in place and then you short hop. It just looked like it might have been a laser here. I'll play it one more time. You get like side bead and then you're in the corner.
Yeah.
You see
I don't know. I think I just jumped.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. So how do I word this? So a lot of the time with Falco as well, you got to remember that his full hop's like really, really good. Like it goes a lot higher than other characters. So a lot of the time you need to full hop instead of short hop to like avoid stuff.
Right.
So like this is a good example where if you full hopped here,
go straight over them.
Yeah, and then you can come down with like an aerial. And it's important too because like Falco's jump is like slower than Fox's and like other characters, right? So you need to be a bit more careful with like how you escape the corner. But yeah, this is just like another common trap Falcos can fall into right here. So I just wanted to explain it now. Basically, you don't have time to laser here if you tech and he's running towards you. So a lot of the time you want to try and do stuff that either like attacks Fox or like repositions yourself. So like full hop's a good example, or short hop, double jump, wave land, or wave dashing forward or backwards.
Yeah.
Or if you wanted to try and play it aggressively, you can do like approaching laser or approaching aerial, stuff like that, aerial in place.
Yeah.
But the point is just like the laser is really risky here, and it also doesn't gain you much that you couldn't have done with like other options, right? If that makes sense. Yeah. So it's just like bad risk reward a lot of the time to laser if they can hit you for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a really common Falco trap is they try to laser in this spot once they got knocked down by Fox, and they just get running shined or run up nared or stuff like that. So just something to be aware of so that you don't fall into that trap. Yeah, so you see how you like jump to him here instead of running at him? And you're like so much faster. And you just like nair him in the face. Okay. I don't know if you did this with Fox also, but you want to like refresh invincibility here.
Yeah.
So that this specifically doesn't happen.
Doesn't happen, yeah.
So I would just like shine stall. You don't have to keep shine stalling also. You can just do it right at the end when you need to. Or you can do like double jump refresh. Yeah. And then a lot of the time you want to do drop down shine and then back air instead, because you can like pick the timing a bit better because you can like stay in your shine.
Yeah.
Or you can like not do the bear at all out of the shine and then just grab a ledge again.
Yeah.
That's like a pretty standard edge guard there. See, yeah, it's just Yoshi's games. Okay. So a big part about Yoshi specifically in this matchup, but also some other matchups, is a lot of the time you don't have room to laser.
Right.
Like just going back of the stuff I was saying about shooting free lasers when you can get them, you don't really get many on Yoshi's.
Yeah.
And how I was saying about you don't want to laser if you could get hit for it. Yoshi's is like Yoshi's and Fountain are the two where you kind of have to play with lasers less and just kind of fight or reposition more.
Okay.
So it's just something to keep in mind because a lot of Falcos they like try to play the same on each stage, but the stages are very different in terms of like on Dreamland or FD you can get lots more lasers out because they're so much wider, and there's so much more space for like Fox to travel before he can hit you. Yeah, I think it'd probably be better if we just go over this, like the Fox games, just because it's like Falco Dittos are a bit weird and they're not. It's harder to like get some Falco like fundamentals from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, doing like the down air here as he jumps. One thing you can do is like wait a bit longer and then do like shield drop down air to try and like whiff punish his nair. Because like Dare's good for like beating out moves when they're like grounded, so like Sheik F tilt or Fox up tilt or stuff like that. But it isn't that good at beating out like aerials a lot of the time, especially at this percent where the land stuff thing happens. Like he did it there as well. He just like
he shines instantly.
Yeah. Yeah, so like this would be a great like grab or jump shine here. You see how you like dash downs,
and
then you like early aerial. It does feel like you have a lot of the like basic like melee fundamentals down. You just need to like fine tune it to like Falco's toolset.
Okay.
Which is good because that's like a lot easier to fix than like learning how to bait out this and stuff like that. So Shine Grab is also really good in spots like this.
Yeah.
Where they're shielding a lot. Especially if you start double shining them, then they hold shield to like wait out the 2 shines, and then Shine Grab becomes really good.
Okay.
So that's just something to get good at, like both directions as well. And especially on Fox, you can get some like decent follow-ups. Another thing you can do here if you don't want to shoot the laser I was on about is you can just like short hop and then double jump. And sometimes they try to like whiff punish this with a grab, and then you get a downer. Because this is a very common like ways Falcos lose as well, is they do like these short hop off downers a lot.
Okay.
And they just get like opened up for it. Yeah, so like right there, you pretty much did it. You do like run off Shine, and then he tries to come down.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is quite a big punish to talk about. So you get Shine here. And I think you just did the Shine too early here. So it's just really important to practice like different movements out of Shine to be able to hit this one, because hitting this like unlocks your whole combo game, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the time you need like different movements to hit different like heights on the Shine, because you see he's like quite high up here. So for this one, you could do like short hop and like backflip, and then like delay your Shine until he's like on top of you, and then do it.
Yeah.
Or you could also do like dash away and then dash back in, jump Shine. So just getting really comfortable at hitting like all these different locations with your jump Shine is like super important. And again, you can just train that in, like Uncle Punch said, it's random DI, Shine in the middle, and try to hit like every DI they do. Do you know anything about like DI on Falco Shine, like how it works?
Not really. I know like they go in whichever direction they are on the Shine.
Yeah.
Except if they DI away, they like go slightly behind you. No, if they DI in, they go like slightly behind you, and if they're out, they go very far away.
Yeah, so Falco Shine sends at like a 1 o'clock angle is like the best way to describe it. So if they guess right on the DI, then they go further than, say, on Moth Up Air, where it sends directly up, so it doesn't matter which side. So cross-ups are, like, huge for Falco, and hitting on the right side of Shine is, like, super important.
Yeah.
So here, for example, if you shined Fox on his right side, so where his legs are, then if he DIs to the left, then he's going to go super far, but if he DIs to the right, then he's not going to go so far, right?
Yeah.
So you want to kind of like always keep that in mind, and always be moving in the direction that would send them the furthest. So so you understand that, right? Like if you get a Shine on the ground and it hits with the left, then you want to wave dash to the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then the other part of that as well is thinking about where to go after you get this Shine. Because you've got like 2 platforms here to choose from, right? So do you know which you should go to? Just, or is it not too clear?
I go to the top one just because it has height. But I don't know like the exact reason why I should. Okay,
so so let's say you hit Fox on the right side here, or his leg is. So because you hit him on the right side, the left is like the furthest away he can go. So we want to try and go to the left, right? So, like we say, we wave dash to the left, stuff like that. So what the top platform gives you here is more room to run to the left, because you've got all of this space to run along, right? And then you can jump and hit him. Whereas if you go to the right here, you can like cover if he DIs to the right, but you just get nothing if he DIs to the left.
Yeah.
So you always want to pick the platform that gives you like room to run along to cover their best DI, if that makes sense. Okay. It's just super important because it turns a lot of situations that are 50-50s into like just you always get a combo.
Yeah.
So yeah, just something to keep in mind. Yeah, so like definitely, I think you should try and work on doing like jump out of the shine and then waveland as well. Like
yeah,
here.
I definitely should have. Yeah.
So here you could have. So this is a good example to think about actually. So you shine him on the left side, on his left.
Yeah.
Or you.
So then,
yeah, go on.
So then I should waveland here because if he DIs far to the right, I should still be able to cover it.
Yeah, you can definitely cover it because you've got the whole platform to run along, and then you can do dash jump. And if he goes up here, then you can just do like dash short hop up air or dash jump waveland, stuff like that. So this is definitely a spot where wave landing to the right gives you a really good follow up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this is a spot where I think doing the back air I was talking about would be good, right? So you dash over here, and then he full hops at you and tries to do full hop up air, I think it was. So if you'd have like dashed away and then short hopped, you could have seen him like do his full hop and then like gone up to meet him.
Yeah.
Just like one you used to think about. Yeah, and then this is another one where like laser would have been really good instead of an aerial.
Yeah.
People just love like dashing outside of Falco's range, outside of his aerial range, and whiff punishing him just because it's a lot easier than other characters, right? Because he's so much slower.
Mm-hmm.
Which means his threat range is smaller, but with the addition of laser, it becomes a lot harder of them.
Yeah.
So if you do see them this far away, a lot of the time it is if you want to move forward really far, then lasering is
just
usually
laser.
better.
Okay.
Because a lot of the time, Fox could also do like full hop back air or up tilt, and that would like beat out your aerial anyway. So the laser's just like it covers more things a lot of the time.
It's another one.
Yeah. So I do like the laser, but then yeah, I feel like you dash dance for a bit too long. So I think here what I probably would have looked for is some way to like move forward because you're kind of cornered at the moment, right? Because you're like just under the platform. So I'd be looking for some way to move forward. So you could do like approaching laser, or you could do like a little approaching laser, or the half laser I call it, where you end up like here where my cursor is. You could do like dash back and then dash jump in laser, and that's just like a little timing mix up. Just some way to move forward here, or at least like not like because you see how you sort of give up your advantage now because you spend too long kind of dashing and waiting. And you really need to be like hitting Fox. Like any character that outspeeds you, you need to be lasering a lot because otherwise they can just use their like speed advantage, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be fighting like an equal fight versus Fox on the ground because he's going to win because he's like twice your speed. So you need the lasers to kind of like cripple him, and then it becomes a lot easier to fight him. So I'd definitely be looking to laser more after this one. He can't even if you shoot a second laser, he can't actually like hit you for it.
Yeah,
he's too far. So shooting two lasers, like a second laser after you get one, is really good at a lot of ranges as well. Yeah, because you see how you like dash dance for a bit and then just go in and he's just like waiting.
Yeah.
Easy dash tag. Again, this is another one where you could approaching laser if you want. It's just like kind of risky sometimes, but it's still something to keep in mind. So this is one where like the late back air would be nice, right? Because it's better on shield, and it also would get the strong hit, whereas you only got the weak hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you do a lot of laser and dash dance, I feel like. And I don't know, do you feel like you dash dance and wait in a lot of these spots with Fox, or is it... Why do you think you do these dash dances?
I don't know, I'm just trying to like see if there's going to be a panic option or something. But I then... Not in this one, but a lot of the time, if there isn't a panic option, I just do some stupid early aerial.
Yeah, because it feels like again, because Falco is slow, like if you give up the control after the dash dance, then like it feels like you're in a bad spot, right? So that's probably why you're doing the aerials. One thing you can do to try and reset is just like jump to a platform or like retreat with a laser, stuff like that can be good. My YouTube's just died. Let's try refreshing it. But I think a lot of the time when you're in these sorts of like close range interactions, so say this one you got like a laser in the corner, right?
Yeah.
It's taking a while to load. I don't know the exact timestamp.
I think it's 318.
318. Yeah, this looks about right. So you get this back air, and then you get a laser in the corner. So this is like your like main goal in the matchup, right? Is to get this close with the laser out. Like I can't think of much better situations. So you really want to be like maximizing the value you get out of this. So a lot of the time, if you get a laser this close, you can just like true combo off of it. I don't know if you know anything about like true combos from lasers.
I know it goes into shine. Don't know if it goes into anything else.
Okay, so laser has usually 7 frames of stun. It can sometimes...
Right.
Well, it's not 7 frames, it's like when you take into account your landing frames.
Yeah.
You have 7 frames to do something where they're in stun. So that means you can get shine, you can get grab.
You can get forward tilt.
Yeah, forward tilt. Down smash can work. Up smash. So that's one thing, first of all, is if you land close to the laser, a lot of the time you can just get like a true combo from it.
Yeah, okay.
That's another thing you can practice in Uncle Punch, because you can set them to be invincible once they get out of the stun. But then if you're slightly further away and you're not like close enough to true combo, a lot of the time you're still in like a really good spot because you've got like extra frames to use, basically, because they're in stun, right? So when you do these like dash dances and stuff, it's only really good if again you're looking for like a roll in usually. But a lot of the time you want to be using that like extra frames you have them in stun as like something aggressive. So like you could do dash forward jump shine, or dash forward grab, or dash jump aerial, or turn around and do a bear, or stuff like that, you know, to like put the pressure on. And then once you've sort of like established that, that's when you start to see Fox like roll in, because he's like kind of scared he's going to get hit. And then that's when these dash dances become like good again. But you kind of need to like establish that threat, because at the moment he's just like, oh, if I get hit, this guy's just going to dash dance in front of me, and I don't have to defend myself, right? So because he literally just like walks up to you out yeah, like I can't think of a harder call out, you know. So like you definitely had like infinite time to just like hit him here. Like grab, F tilt, up tilt can combo off of it as well. It's kind of a tricky one, but that can work. But yeah, I think thinking about what to do off of lasers at different ranges, and like where your mix-ups are, and it's usually easiest to work from like close and then like work your way out. So like if you get a laser right on top of them, it's easy because like you just get shine or grab, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a laser from like the middle of Yoshi's and they're in the corner, then there's lots more going on. So I think you want to again like start when you're quite close and think about those close range like mix-ups you can do.
Yeah.
And then like work your way out. PP and Mango are both really good for watching, and Ginger as well, for like seeing what you can do off of different lasers at different sort of spacings.
Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I'd recommend watching some videos and just pausing it whenever a laser up close happens and see like what they did, what the opponent did, just how it all like works out. So thinking about lasers again, so you can do a laser from the top platform here as well. I don't know if you know about this one, but you can do like dash off and then turn around laser.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good one. And then on Dreamland as well, you can also do dash and then fast fall and turn around laser, which is kind of tricky, but it's really good.
Okay.
So just thinking about the different lasers you can do from like platforms and on the ground and stuff like that. There's actually try and find the video. Or I can find it after, but there's like a laser trials video.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, it has like all the different lasers, like the Isaiah drop lasers and like shield drop lasers and instant double jump and all that stuff. And it's just good to get proficient at all of those, so you have like all of those options like available to you. I'm down to just watch until the end of this game, I think, and then I think that'll be a nice place to leave it. A small like Fox specific thing is if he drills you here and you jump, a lot of the time you can actually just shine him.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that.
Yeah, so you see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you shield.
Yeah.
But you had time to shine him here. So if you're in the air and Fox drills you, it's the same thing as with Falco with the down air thing I was talking about. Because Fox's drills a spike as well. It's just really weak. So you can do that versus Fox, and you can also do it versus Falco as well. You can jump into his dare and then shine him before he shines you. So like that would have been pretty good in that situation before, where you were lasering and he jump drilled at you. A lot of the time that should just be a free shine for you. Are you any good at doing like full hop shine to hit the platform? Have you thought about doing that?
I try it, but I usually only do it in combos.
Okay, so it's actually pretty good in neutral when you've got like somebody in the corner, because a lot of the time they like to go to the platform, right? And Falco doesn't have like the luxury of like Fox full hop, where he can kind of like land on the platform with his jump, because his full hop goes so high. So a really good thing you can do is just like full hop shine to try and contest him being on the platform.
Okay.
And you have lots of different mix-ups you can do out of it. Like you can shine and then wave land, you can shine and then double jump out of it and do all of your like landing mix-ups. So yeah, just something to think about to try and hit Fox when he's like running to the platform. This is another classic interaction. So you wave dash towards Fox, but he nairs at you. So you can hold down during your wave dash and then shine him because you ASDI down. So that's like Fox's nair is like pretty risky at low percent versus Falco, because you can CC shine it, and you can also just like shield and then shine out of shield, or you can like outspace it. So if Fox is getting away with a lot of these nairs at low percent, it usually means that you could be like CC shining or shielding and then shining, stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, so this is another laser situation, right? So you get a laser from kind of far this time. So you don't have any like true follow-ups, and he can move out of the way before you can do a lot of your things. So this is another one where like another laser in place would be good, right? Because he dashes away out of it, and then the laser hits him. He's stuck over here, and you can move forward with whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
So a lot of the time, when you hit your lasers, you want to kind of be thinking like, what are they going to do out of it? And I've got a video I'm going to link you after, which is like Mango talking about it.
Yeah.
It's called Mango Falco in 2016. I don't know if you've watched it, but
I haven't.
Okay, it just talks about this kind of concept, and it's just like it comes from Mango, so it's like it's going to be good, right? Yeah. So a huge part of playing Falco in any matchups is just like seeing what they do off of your lasers, and then like picking the correct options to counter that.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're pretty good at dealing with if he like full hops off of your lasers, because you do a lot of like laser dash downs and then you hit him, which is good. So some good ones to deal with Fox or any character dashing back is you can do approaching laser, you can do laser in place, you can do like a half approach laser. All of these are depending on like how risky you want to be, because obviously jumping right into him with a laser could be pretty risky if he like up smashes or just something. But then lasering in place again is really safe, but also not much rewards. So just something to think about when you're trying to beat specific options is how much of a risk like you want to take.
I get you.
But yeah, 'cause a lot of Fox is just kind of like spam dashback out of lasers, so just doing approaching lasers every time can kind of like mess them up and stop them getting like openings like this. Yeah, so I like this follow-up. Like, you see how it's kind of hard for Fox to get up there? Like, you're all the way up here, and you can do like down air, you can edge cancel it, you can come down with a laser, you can double jump and then wave land. Like, follow-up's like a really good like Falco-specific option to get out of a lot of situations. And then he calls out ledge. Okay. So were there any other like Falco questions you had before we wrap up that
Not really, honestly. I just popped in.
That's fair. I didn't notice you said about like game plans for Falco, and the reason I didn't really talk about that was just because I feel like you need just like more exposure and more like Falco knowledge before you can kind of talk about how it all links together. So I was just trying to present to you like as many situations and like thoughts as possible, so you can kind of like play around with them in your own games and sort of like get a feel for how they work. And especially because you're quite new to the character as well, we could formulate this like massive game plan for playing as Fox, but then you hit a shine and then you don't do anything off of it because you haven't like practiced all the combos. So it's just like, I think it's more efficient to just find a good way to like practice your combos and think about some basic like Falco concepts that you can try and implement. So what I usually do now, I don't know if you've seen in the chat, but I usually post like a summary of what we've talked